Can I ask you about Sarah a little bit?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
All right, thank you. I appreciate you coming up here, and so does everybody that's watching here.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you a little bit about. So you don't know Stacy, but how long were you married to Sarah?
Briefly, it was like 6 months.
Okay, 6 months. And are you where are you from? Idaho as well?
No, sir. I was married to her when I lived in Texas.
Okay, because there was talk of her going to Texas.
Right.
Um, yeah. So okay, so ultimately 6 months. How long were you guys together before that?
On and off, we knew each other for about 2 years.
Okay, and then you got married, and obviously no kids. I'm
No,
assuming
sir.
you
God,
didn't get
no.
your nuts crushed by a bull.
No, no. I
So
actually have a son and a daughter, so my nuts are just fine.
good. I'm glad to hear that. So
Thank you, sir.
I mean, if you don't mind, what ultimately led to the divorce?
Well, she had a meltdown about me not being able to give her any children because I wasn't trying to. And basically, she had me incarcerated under false accusations. And so I basically told her, I want you gone. I want a divorce. And inevitably, that's what happened.
And is that something you guys fought about a lot?
Well, our marriage was only 6 months, but no, sir, it wasn't a lot of fighting.
Yeah. So what she wants? She wanted you to give her a kid. Same
Yes, sir.
thing that you heard. And what is it? She just wanted to be a mother. I mean, was that it?
She had a daughter when she was 17 years old. The story she told me, I cannot confirm this to be true. I can only say what she told me. She said Ed and Kay Ramsey made her give her child up for divorce because they were not going to take care of her and her daughter.
Oh, you mean for adoption?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can't confirm, but what she told you is that at one time she did have a child.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but and you can't confirm that, and so let's just make that clear. But and that she was forced to give up the daughter for adoption. Her parents made her do that.
Yes, sir. Her adoptive parents.
Okay, and do you know how old she was when that allegedly happened?
17.
Okay, was she very religious? Was
No,
she
absolutely not.
so?
This
So
is
that
all
was kind of
new.
new. Okay, I got you. That's all
Yes, sir.
new.
Very new.
Okay. You think she's capable of what she's been accused of?
It's funny you asked me that because the detective did ask me what I thought about it. And I said, when it comes to kidnapping, yes, she is capable of it. I don't know if she's capable of murder. I can't say that she is.
She ever talk about kidnapping
Yes.
with
that's
you?
one
She
of the
did.
things that that's one of the things that led to me saying c'est la vie.
So she wanted to kidnap a kid.
No, 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 no. She just talked about kidnapping in general, never anything about children.
Wow. And what would she say?
Oh, well, she would talk about mainly just, how it would be interesting to have someone to go into some stranger's house and basically take control of them, be able to tie them up. And I told her, I said, you need to seek professional help. That's not normal.
Wow. I mean, that is, yeah, you're right. That's not normal. Um, and you just must. I mean, were you just shocked by that?
I was scared by that.
And was this towards the end of your marriage?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that she would cover up an accident, like say something went wrong and when they were kidnapping Michael, and say it was an intentional homicide or whatever, say it wasn't that, could you see her covering that up?
Yes, sir.
She ever abusive towards you?
Yes, sir.
So because I've heard reports that she would hit Stacy with like pots and pans and things like that.
I've been beaten by that woman before.
Wow. Um,
And I mean, I don't want to seem agitated or anything, but I'd rather not talk about it. It's just not something I want to relive.
I don't blame you. Not a problem at all. You don't want to answer a question. You don't want to talk about something. That's totally fair. I appreciate you coming up and even talking. So Sarah was talking about kidnapping with you, had talked about kidnapping, and you were just totally thrown off by the whole thing.
Yes, sir.
And you wanted and you initiated the divorce.
Yes, sir, I did.
Was it not that it matters, but was it an annulment or a divorce?
It was a divorce.
And how did she take the news when you wanted to divorce?
A meltdown, of course. As a matter of fact, I was incarcerated at the time that I told her about it, and the deputies had to escort her out of the building because she was causing a disturbance.
In the jail?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so she has a temper.
Absolutely.
But she never talked about God with you or anything like that.
No, sir. I'm not really what you would call religious. I do believe
Sure.
in God, but I'm just not a Bible thumper.
Right. And so was it news to you when you found out that she was at now?
Yes, it actually was. It was a
Yeah.
huge shock.
But were you surprised at all when you heard that she was a suspect in this case?
I really was. I wasn't expecting anything like that to spill on my doorstep because, I had just, the time the detective had contacted me, I had just found out that I was going to be a father with my firstborn, my son.
Oh, okay. All right. Are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm still here.
Okay. So you had just found out that you were going to be a father. Was she ever around any of your children?
No, sir. It's been over 12 years since I've known her.
So even 12 years ago, she had mentioned kidnapping. Was it more than
Yes,
once?
yes, sir. It was on numerous occasions. That's why I said, I need to get away from this woman.
Good Lord. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Um, did she ever try to get you to do anything like that with her?
No, sir.
Yeah. Not that you would have went along with it anyway, but a lot of people's theory is that she was the ringleader of what was going on, and that people kind of were just going along with what she did.
I can
Now,
see that. I honestly can because she always had to be in control of the situation when it comes to anything.
yeah, but she never specifically mentioned kidnapping a child.
No, it was never a child. It was just she, like I said, she's a control freak. So, you know, I guess she would let it slip, or maybe that's just something she gets off on, but she would always bring up kidnapping a person and having control over them. She has to be in control.
And that's what you dealt with as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And a temper when things didn't go her way.
Yes, sir.
Was she a hard worker? I mean, was she a neat freak? What was she? What was she like in the house?
No
Was she
job
respectful of
and
people?
sat on her butt. No, sir.
So she was
Had no respect for anyone.
so she was rude to people in your presence. Uh,
Yes, sir.
did she ever meet your parents?
She met my mother. My
And what,
father is passed. So I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to hear that. What did your mother think of her?
She did not like her one bit. She said that I made a mistake. And I agree with my mother. I did make a mistake.
Yeah. Who hasn't made a mistake before? I mean, I am glad that you got away from that situation because it just sounds horrible. But so she didn't like. Did she not? Did she like your mother?
She pretended to, but then after she was not around my mother, she would disrespect her, which also upset me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So she would just say bad things about your mom, and she was just disrespectful, which is funny because I don't know if you saw, but I had a conversation with STACEY on the
Yes, sir. I
show.
saw it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And you know, he's not, and then I had a conversation with him off the air. He's not exactly a loving, tender touch. Okay.
Right.
And it almost seems like they're kind of peas in a pod that way, but it still sounds like Sarah ran the show.
Yes, sir.
Now, and if you don't want to answer these questions, don't. Was there ever any infidelity on her part?
The only one that I'm aware of is once I was incarcerated. So we were still legally married. There was a guy at the gas station up the road from where we live that told me that they were in having intercourse with each other while I was incarcerated.
And and you believed that to be true?
I can't say that it is or isn't. It's just mighty funny how, STACEY says he was messed around on. I was told that I was messed around on, so I'm just putting two and two together.
Right, right. This must be a trip for you, man.
It is.
Yeah. It's really weird, you know, you never you get a phone call one day from detectives and you're like, "Holy crap." Did you only talk to the detectives the one time?
Yes, sir. They only called me once.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like he told them kind of, I mean, honestly, the kidnapping thing is just crazy for her to even bring that up. And that's what you said 12 years ago.
Yes, sir.
Do you believe that she has, I mean, I'm sort of aware that she has a mental illness. Did you ever recognize if she did or not?
I did. Like I said, the meltdowns were not normal. I mean, people get upset all the time. You have your ups and downs, but I mean, when it's an extreme, that's a time to sit down and talk with someone and see about getting some professional help.
Yeah. Yeah. Did she ever mention to you that she had been diagnosed with anything?
She said bipolar. That's all I remember.
And that, did she take medicine or anything for that?
No, sir.
No, no medicine. Okay. Um, so she claims to be bipolar, and I don't know what her medical record is or not, and she very well could be. Probably. I mean, it sounds like there's some issues, and kind of the bipolar kind of does progress sort of the older you get, and if it's left untreated. So maybe these delusions of grandeur that she's having and the kidnapping stuff. I mean, that is extremely pertinent information.
Yes, sir. Well, I mean, I'm just doing anything I can help. I just don't want to interfere in any way. And like I was trying to tell everyone in the comment section, I don't know STACEY, so I don't know how I can be of much help to the case. My only concern is Tyler and Brandy getting their son back. That's the only thing I'm concerned about.